I called it out. It's I go, what is this, Mortal Kombat? Like, they're literally standing there in a stance, ready to fight. G'day guys, and welcome back to Raging Rhino. Alright, I just finished watching episode 5 of season 2 of The Mandalorian. It's chapter 12, called The Jedi. Of course, we were all anticipating Ahsoka's appearance in this episode, and it didn't disappoint on that front. I will say, just quickly before we get into a couple of the things, I'm going to do this review a little bit differently. I'm not going to run through the entire episode. I'm just going to give you some of the things that I liked and some of the things that I didn't like. So again, if you haven't seen this episode, go and watch it, and then come back and watch the review. From here on out, we're going to have a few spoilers. Alright, so the things that I sort of did like, the opening scene with Ahsoka. It was pretty awesome, actually. It was cool to see her in live action. It looked good. It sounded good. The fight at that very beginning scene, it was almost like they sent out bounty hunters or troops of their own to try and hunt Ahsoka down. Again, I'm not going to run through it, so go and watch the episode. So that opening scene was pretty awesome. Ahsoka, it didn't disappoint on that front. The one thing that I was a little bit disappointed with was how much she didn't use the Force in this scene. It was all sabers, and she was obviously trying to be very stealthy, but I don't know, it was just something that was sort of lacking there a little bit for me. Another thing that I sort of liked was the interaction between Mandalorian and the lady that was leading the slave camp, whatever it was. And then how he went and found Ahsoka. I did like that. That was pretty cool. Of course, they recruited him. She's got a staff made of 100% Beskar. And he, of course, wants that. And he goes off to find Ahsoka and then sort of meets up with her. And then, of course, he has his interaction with her in regards to Baby Yoda. Now, of course, we do get a name now for the child. So his name is Grogu. The interaction between Grogu and Ahsoka was actually pretty cool. They were sort of communicating without talking to each other, sort of just reading each other's thoughts. Again, I don't think that there's a real issue there. I kind of like that. The way that they were communicating was kind of cool. I also liked how Ahsoka sort of explained to the Mandalorian about Baby Yoda's backstory. Oh, Baby Yoda, I'm so used to that now. Grogu. Got to get used to saying that now. I did like the explanation of how he has been trained. He was trained by Jedi Masters in the temple. He was put into hiding when Order 66 hit. Now, I don't know how a lot of people are going to feel about this, especially the EU guys out there, and I completely understand. But I didn't mind the explanation. It did answer a couple of things from season 1 for me in regards to Grogu's Force abilities. I don't know where the Force healing is going to come into play in regards to we've now had the explanation from Disney that the only way that you can use Force healing is if you're in a dyad. So Baby Yoda, Grogu, has to be in a dyad with probably the Mandalorian. So we'll see what happens with that. The last thing in this episode that I kind of really liked was how she got Mando to help with the training. Like, they obviously got this connection, almost a father-son connection, and it really leads to Ahsoka not taking him in the end. I was always thinking that Ahsoka was going to take him out of the series and we were going to get another series or something like that, but we were close to that, but she ended up leaving him with the Mandalorian. And now he's got to go off and go to this planet, sit him on, like it's a Jedi temple, sit him on some pedestal thing, and he's got to reach out with the Force, and some Jedi will come to him. Maybe we get a cameo of Luke Skywalker coming in and taking him to his Jedi temple that Palpatine destroys. So we'll see what happens there. Okay, some of the things that I didn't like. The leader, the female leader, I didn't get her name. I don't know if her name was actually mentioned in the episode, but I didn't happen to catch it. Her master is Grand Admiral Thrawn, and that's why Ahsoka is hunting her to get this information of where he is. So she's still obviously hunting Thrawn from the Rebels series. And I don't really know how I feel about this. Like, they're obviously setting this up for another series. Maybe they might animate it, but I think that the chick that played Ahsoka did a really good job. So hopefully they do it in live action. I thought it was a fantastic performance, to be honest with you. There was a couple of things too that were like, would Ahsoka really just cut these people down? Wouldn't she try and tie them up or something like that? I didn't really think that was very Jedi of her to just kill these people. I know that they're bad people, but still, I didn't know how to feel about that. And the biggest thing that I hated in this episode was actually the final fight between Ahsoka and the lady, the ruling lady there. It seemed, I called it out. I go, what is this, Mortal Kombat? Like, they're literally standing there in a stance, ready to fight. Like, come on, let's just fight this out. And then also, too, the choreography of that scene, like, it seemed like something from the Disney trilogy, to be honest with you. It was very like, okay, we're going to just pause here for a bit, and then we're going to swing again, and we're going to pause here for a bit. Again, I didn't know how to feel about that. It was a bit, like, the episode started off really good and then it sort of petered out and got really average there at the end. So again, it seemed like a thing where they were trying to set up another series for Ahsoka in this episode. Mandalorian was another background character in another episode of his story. It was a good visual episode. It gave us a little bit of lore and a little bit of structure around Guru. Got to get used to saying that. But other than that, it's very weak. And that's all I can really say. That it was a good episode. It was entertaining to watch. But again, on the main story, like, where are we going with this? Mandalorian can't just keep taking the child around. And that's why I thought Ahsoka was going to take him out. So we'll see what happens coming into these next couple of episodes. I honestly don't know where we're going to go. We've got so many threads and we're not getting really too many answers. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode in the comments below. I have a prediction that a lot of people are going to love this episode. Again, the action, the way Ahsoka was moving, I feel like they could have zoomed out a little bit. It was a little bit too, I don't know if that's the right term to give it. But I wanted to see more of the movement of Ahsoka, and it was very, like, the cuts were very quick, and you didn't really sort of see what's going on. You know what's going on, but you don't really see what's going on. I don't know if that makes any sense to anyone else out there. But yeah, again, please let me know what you thought in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for episode 6. Who knows where this is going to go? Take it easy. We'll see you next week. Later.